Hey, it's Coach Reeves. Here's the next step. We're going to have to write equations from a graphed polynomial. So we've already done a lot of stuff as far as graphing the polynomials, but now we're going to go backwards. We're going to write the equation for this given polynomial. How do we do this? Well, we're going to look at our roots, okay? We're going to have a root here at -3. And we have to ask ourselves, how do we put that root back into a parentheses? We put it back into the parentheses by taking the opposite. So in this case, this -3 came from x plus 3. But see how this bounces off the x-axis? This is an M2, or this is going to get us a squared, okay? An exponent of 2. My next root is over here at 5. So we're going to have another root at 5. But what is the opposite of a positive 5? That's a -5. So that root came from x minus 5. Now the question is, how to write the entire equation. What are we looking for? Well, we know right here that our y-intercept is 90. So we're going to say 90, that's our y-intercept, equals, but what we do not know is that a value in front. That's how you find it. We know how most of the equation is going to go, but we have to determine our a value. So what we're going to do is you're going to substitute a 0 for the x so we can figure this out. We're going to ask you to come in here and put a 0 here and put a 0, substitute a 0 for the x value. This will leave us with 90 equals a times 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 0 minus 5 is a -5. When we multiply 9 times -5, I get -45. So now we're looking at 90 equals a times -45. We're going to divide by -45. Divide by -45. And I'm going to get a equals a -2. That is my a value. That's the last thing I need to do to find or to determine. Okay? So now we can write our final answer. Our final answer for this graph should be y equals -2, and then go back to your roots. X plus 3 squared, parentheses, x minus 5. Find your roots, find your y-intercept, and then that will help you find your a value when you substitute in the zeros. Let's try another one. All right, so on this problem, this root is at -1. If I put that back into the parentheses, where did that come from? What is the opposite of a -1? This is going to give me x plus 1. But this is an M2 situation. I need to square this, or put this with the exponent of a 2. I go to my next root. This, tough to read sometimes, but this is an M3, and this is a +2. What is the opposite of a +2? This is going to give me x minus 2, but this curve, that's my M3, I need to put a 3 right there. My last root goes through 4. So the opposite of a +4 is going to give me an x minus 4. My y-intercept now. I need to find my y-intercept. My y-intercept is a -4. So we're going to say -4 equals a. So now we need to determine our a value, and then we can write our final equation of the graph. Substitute, we're going to substitute, I tell you we're going to go yellow. We're going to substitute a 0 here, and a 0 here, and a 0 here. 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so this is going to give me a 1. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8. 0 minus 4 is a negative 4. So we're going to bring this down. We're going to say negative 4 equals A. So when I multiply this together, a negative 8 times negative 4, that's going to give me a negative 32. I mean a positive 32, excuse me. Sorry. Positive 32. We have our A in front. We have our negative 4. We're going to divide by 32. Divide by 32. When we reduce, we're going to get A equals a negative 1/8. There's our A value. Now we're ready to write our equation of the polynomial. Final answer here, y equals a negative 1/8. And then go back to your roots. X plus 1 squared. X minus 2 to the third power. And then x minus 4. And there's your equation for that polynomial. Okay? If you just take it in steps, you're going to be fine. Okay? Find your roots, determine what it'll take to put them back into parentheses, substitute your zeros, solve for your A value. Okay? If you have any questions, please email us. Please ask. Let us help you. Hey, good luck.